you may think of them as enemies, but they are not enemies. They are those entities whom we are supposed to repay.
Welcome to the Change My Way of Life podcast. Today we'll continue our talk on karma with Shree Krsna Guruji. Jai Shree Krsna Guruji.
Jai Shree Krishna.
Yeah, we have some additional questions on karma today. The first question is, why do relationship problems repeat?
Well, you have a karmic bond with some person, and that person you have to pay off. Suppose you are A, the other person is B. Now you have a bond with this person because you are in relationship with that person. So it could be any kind of relationship. It could be a mother son or a daughter or something like that. You are anyway repaying certain debts. That other person is also repaying to you. So you continue to have that bond. Now, it so happens that when you are repaying certain karma, additional karma gets happened. Now, just think about it. I am supposed to pay someone 100,000 rupees. Now, this was in my past life. Just it's an example. And this lifetime, I am paying him only 50,000. Am I not keeping something over here? So, this 50,000 which I am paying him off, that too, I am fighting with him, I am arguing with him, and I don't want to pay him that. Though, as per the karmic law, I am supposed to give him back. And I believe that that other person is cheating me. And so I reluctantly give him that 50,000. So can you understand that the 50,000 from the previous life is balance? And while paying, I am reluctant. I have bad blood against him. I have said a lot of bad words. I've done a lot of things which are not going to be good for him and me. That created a new cycle of karma. And that is called Agami. Agami or Kriyaman, which means some action I have done which prolongs this issue into further lifetimes, because it now becomes a new karma plus the old one, and that gets accumulated in the Sanchit. Sanchit is the accumulated version. So this thing is never ending flow of karmas. So if I have to keep on meeting this person every now and then, I have to give him, he has to give me back. I have to give him something, he has to give me back. And it's an ongoing cycle. It never ends.
Guruji, are the enemies that we meet in this life, are they enemies from previous lives?
See, when you say enemies or friends, both, why do we think they are enemies? The thinking process is because I have biases. I sway from the right and the wrong and good and bad. That is why I think that these are enemies. No, you may think of them as enemies, but they are not enemies. They are those entities whom we are supposed to repay. I may not like that person, so I may consider him as an enemy. See, whichever way you look at it, your thinking process is punctuated by your own body, by the way in which you react to certain things. Like your mind is reacting to certain things, your likes and your dislikes. Because all this is driven by desires. Human desires, we have too many likes and we have too many dislikes. That is why you may think of it as enemy. Now think about it. You are doing a repayment to another person. Just because that person is asking you for something, you may think it's an enemy. Suppose somebody comes and asks you, you have to give me this much amount of money. Immediately you may start feeling, oh, what does he mean? Somebody takes bribes, all these bribe things and all that happens. So at such moment in time, we feel, oh, why should we do it? What is the need for this? And you think that that person is a villain in your life. But it could be that you owe him that much. We cannot actually translate it into a real-time karma repayment because we are biased human beings. We are driven by our samskaras, our nature. Our nature is such that we think in a good and bad. But it is a repayment at the end of the day. and you have to pay that person, or that person may have to pay you back, whichever way you look at it. See, we are talking of money and stuff like that. It could be other things also. Think like this. Maybe in the past life, some past life of yours, he might have been a soldier and you might have been a soldier and he might have killed you in the battlefield. Could happen. Now you were an enemy soldier to him, but were you really having enmity with him? No. Both of you are fighting on the other side of the fence. Both are on the two sides. So you consider him as an enemy. And in this lifetime, by chance, there's a repayment of karma that has to happen. Remember, he had killed you in your last sojourn. In this life, you may have to kill that person. So it's nothing but a repayment. But this is a greater scheme of things. We cannot understand this at all. It is extremely difficult to understand the karmic repercussions and the way things move around. It is only in spiritual world that we get some kind of an understanding. And this understanding is not common with everybody. If I say that, oh, he was your enemy and he's going to kill you, nobody is going to like it. So we just have to stay out of this, knowledge-based karmic action. We just have to keep out of it and keep quiet during that time. Yes.
Yes, Guruji. Do parents and children share a karmic bond?
See, again, here we have to go to the depth of that issue. Many a times, it could be a karmic bond, but it could also mean that you might have promised in some life something to them. In many cases, you will find that when Sri Krishna is born in this world, he owes it to that person, isn't it? So you will understand that many a times we may owe certain things to a person, or that certain person owes it to us. That lady might have said, I'm just saying lady, because she's going to give birth in this life. So she might have said, I want you to be born as my son. There you are, so you are born as her son. It's nothing but a debt repayment. Karma may also come into the picture. Like you will find that Sri Krishna was with his mother, his original mother, for a very short duration of time. Then he was taken and left in another village, which you know as a story. I don't have to tell you the story, but I hope you understand that the debt with Yashoda was greater than the debt with his mother. That is the reason why he spent more time with her. It could be the case, and that is the reason why all this is a very big karmic debt chart. It's very difficult to decipher.
Yes, Guruji. Is divorce a consequence of karma?
You have multiple relationships in your lifetimes. Again, these are past lifetimes I'm talking about. You will find that, in olden times, there were people who were married many times. Multiple wives were there. And even a woman may have multiple husbands. It's possible, whichever way you look at it. And you may owe it to someone. So till the time you owe it to that person, your association with that person may continue. Once your debt is repaid, you may want to get out of that relationship. Now, all this is possible. Now, let us look at it from a different perspective. Now, this is a perspective which you will find that there are a lot of these battered women who have come to me in the past. Now, they have had a very bad relationship with their husband. So when they came to me and they said, Guruji, can I take a divorce? Today's day and age, this is not a good thing. Like, wife beating and stuff like that is not good. It is legally also wrong. So I said, you can definitely go in for a divorce. The law is on your side, but spiritually, it is a little bit of a problem. They say, oh, spiritual stuff, you are not supposed to be doing this. When you are married for your 7 lifetimes and all that kind of. In Sanatan Dharma, we believe that. You don't get married to a person for just a few years or something like that. You are married for 7 lifetimes. You do Sapthapati. 7 times you go around fire also. All that thing is there. But when you consider today's circumstances, it is required, legally or otherwise. And that is the reason why if you are in a bad relationship, it is better to get out. Better. And in this world, monogamy, that is what they say. Marriage is between two people only. One man and one woman. Now, that is allowed. But to have multiple wives in our dharma is not allowed. Other religions, I am not bothered about. I'm just telling you what happens in Sanatan Dharma. And that is the reason why taking a divorce is a no thing. You're not supposed to go for a divorce spiritually. But material worldly wise, I would rather you go for a divorce. It's important. And there was a case in the past where the woman came to me and she asked me this question. So I was very frank with her. I told her, I said, you know what? You already have a guru. She had a guru. Why are you coming to me? She says, I call you my brother. That is why I'm coming to you. I said, I'm sorry. I will not override your guru. If your guru says something, you have to continue with it because that is the law. Go and follow whatever he says. And she is still in relationship with that person. Now that there is an improvement in relationship, but it is many years since this has happened. And I had advised her against it because her guru was against it. I will not interfere in these kind of relationships. But in other cases, a divorce or stuff like that, or separation, if it is required, you have to go and do it. There are no choices in this world. Because legally, that is wrong. Toxic relationships are not good, especially if people are violent and all that. It's not right. So we have to avoid such kind of relationships. So you may have only a certain time with that person. You may go away and you may marry again. Again, marrying means what? Still past life. Your karma is coming back into the picture. You owe it to somebody and somebody owes it to you. That is the reason why maybe you are getting remarried again. So I think that is how it works out. Yeah.
Yes, Guruji. Well, thank you so very much, Guruji, for answering these questions today.